Okay, so to add a table on Desmos, you're going to hit the plus sign. You are going to click table. Over here where it says Y1, you want to get rid of that, and you want to say F parentheses X1. Close your parentheses. If you called your function F. If you did not call your function F, if you called it G or H or whatever else you want to use that. If you have more than one, then I probably need to show you how to put it together as a piecewise function because it will make this part much easier if you do that. So you can use either one and just sort of follow along right now, and we'll have to go back and get it just right. But I want to get so that some of you are kind of like ready to go on. I want to show you these instructions, and then that way some people can go on and some of you still have some work to do on your Desmos stuff. So if you type in 0, it'll give you the value, and I would go up by 1. It's not going to work great on mine because I did this in centimeters whenever I did mine, so I had to like convert everything in my head. But yours, you'll go way on to like, most of you are going like 40, 50, 60 is where your X value's in because you're in millimeters, so you will go on out. This is really not great for what I've got. Do I have the one I did yesterday? I'm just going to use the one I did yesterday that was too easy. Just down here. All right. F of X1. And then 0, 1, 0. And you don't have to type in. You can just start hitting enter, and it'll go out as far as you need it to go for that. Now, has everybody got a table? Or at least, if your Desmos graph is like not even ready, you can just kind of follow along with what I'm doing. But you should have a table. At this point, I split screened mine because you're going to need to be able to see that table and your Fusion 360 tab. And I dragged this way over because really all you need is the table. All right, and okay. So over here on my Fusion 360, I'm gonna tell it new project, and I'm gonna call it, name it something with your name in it, and something about the cup project, which it doesn't seem to like to do. Maybe I don't even need to do that. Maybe close that out, actually. Maybe just click the save up here, and I'm going to call it Hyatt Cup Project. I'm going to put easy next to mine because this one's too easy. And when it says location, you can change that to something if you want, I guess. I don't think it matters so much where you put it because we shouldn't have a lot of stuff like we've been doing tons of projects in here anyway. Okay, so you may just be best off like watching right now. I've got these steps put in like a Word document with the steps in it. It might be kind of hard to follow along if you're trying to do your different points here. I just want to get like a general, so you see a general idea of what's supposed to be done. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to be looking at this as like a grid, not like a 3D view. So I just clicked on front, but you could do top side. It really doesn't matter. Like this, and I zoomed in. It zooms backwards from the way I'm used to things zooming with my mouse, but you guys don't have a mouse anyway. So zoomed in some here. So once you get your view right, you will click on this up here that says Create Sketch, And then you have to click in the yellow box to like put it in the right plane for you. And I am going to, anytime you want to like drag this, because we should be doing pretty much everything in the first quadrant because it's easier to do like that. So if you need to drag your screen, you can, you have to click on the hand right here and you drag it. And then you probably want to be on select up here is where you want to be. So what we're going to have to do for this is we have to create like a line. We have to like enter our data by like creating a line with a certain height for each one. There's probably a better way. I just don't know how to do it because I'm not smart enough to know all of this stuff about this program. So it works. It takes a little while, but it will work if you do it this way. So this button right here that has sort of this hook shape right here is your line tool. And so you're going to click on it. And then we're going to, what I started off doing was making a 1 millimeter line so I knew what the scale was on this because it doesn't really label it very well for you. So if you click on the origin there and just drag to the left a little bit, see how this little box shows up down there? If you click 1 and hit enter, it should draw you a 1 millimeter line, but it didn't, did it? Am I zoomed too far out? Is that my issue? Okay, great. Let's try that again. Okay. Line. Click on the origin. Drag it over. I'm going to type 1. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, there we go. It drew me a 1 millimeter line. So you want to kind of do that to get a gauge of like how far your lines are spaced. So like that's only 1 millimeter right there. I need to kind of zoom out a little bit here. Okay. Then we're going to put lines, vertical lines for everything. So like here, I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to drag it up. I want my first one to be 10. So I'll hit 10. I'll hit enter. And then I will click on the line tool again. Now I'm going to click over here. I'm going to drag it up. My next one should be 10.23. I'm going to hit enter. Then I'll go over that same amount. My next one should be 10.46. I hit enter. And you're going to do this for every single one. And most of us got 40, 50, 60 points, so it's going to take a while to do this. Now, mine in particular, mine's a straight line, so I could just draw a straight line. But you guys can't because you should have some sort of curve to it. I could keep on going here. What have I got next? 10.69. Enter. And then I'm just going to keep on going with that until I get all of those in. Okay, that will take a little while. I don't think anybody's going to get past that point today, so I am not really going to go past that point on the instructions for that. But that is what we want to be doing here. You need to make sure you're hitting save every little bit because much like the Desmos graph, it is going to save. One good thing is it does save like the version of what you're working on. So like if you mess something up, you can go back to like a previously saved version and work from there. So like you might want to, it'll automatically put like V1, V2, V3 if you just click OK, or you can name each one something if you want. So you have to have your Desmos graph done first before you're really worried about this. If you're to this point, I wanted to give you that information. All right.